great, but floundered.
KDR. Darius Davis to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
Burrow's first play going to the air. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. A tight end in motion now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. Burrow from the gun. Into the hands of Likely. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They send a receiver in motion right. First down, Burrow to throw. Finds his back, complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Up from the secondary, and his Rakestraw on the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
The wind was at his sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 29. He loses the football. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on third and short.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
I'll say this, unless you're committed to going for it on fourth down, I just don't see why you throw it there. Just power it forward for half a yard and reset those chains, then take your shots further down the field.
And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Taken in by Likely. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Second down now, 7 to go. Burrow setting up the play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll send him over right. On third down, here's Burrow. Completed here to Johnston. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Options are open here. It's second and inches. From the 34. Finds him over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up an LA first down. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. More from MetLife coming right up. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This finds Likely. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Now Burrow. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
He completes it in traffic. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Man in motion headed right. From the red zone now. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Dumped off to his running back. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And they'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, you call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
They go play action on first. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To the air now on 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Riley Moss with that tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. So it'll be 3rd down. Here's a throw. It is caught left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Still sticking with the passing game. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Jets with some work to do, trailing in this game. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Motioning the tight end now. He'll throw it yet again. Has it in close. Touchdown, New York. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Ooh, it doesn't get much closer than this, Brock. Did that ball in any way break the plane of the end zone?
You know how I like like to look at this, Kate, imagine a plane of glass going from the front end of that end zone straight in the air, and any part of the ball, any part of it just touches the plane of that glass, and this is a touchdown.
The touchdown disappears. He was not able to reach the end zone after all. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Just not quite enough to break the plane, and now it's 3rd and goal at the 1. He's going to throw this one. Oh, and they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets tie it in the final minute of the half. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now he's York to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the Charger offense late in this first half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Gets this to McConkey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Play action now. Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. He's contained at the line for no gain. Up from the secondary, and is Rakestraw on the tackle. And it's a nickel look from the Jets. 3rd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Jordan Travis, terrific in the victory, as his guys upped their mark to 4-1 now. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Bengals seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here's the Jets offense getting ready to start our 3rd quarter. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Lone back gets the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Completed over the middle. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Looking for a throw here. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. First down, Burrow to throw. Taken in by Likely. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's a give up the middle. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line. You feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing from near his own goal line. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I'm sorry, Kate. I'm trying to remember a time that we saw a lead change on a safety. It's been a while. And that effort defensively nearly got it done. So close to the goal line with that sack.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Chargers take possession. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second and 13. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Third and just 2 to go. Looking to throw, Burrow. Flush down out to his left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. First carry here for Braylon Allen. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the third quarter. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. The Jets have it with a lead to start the fourth, but the win's not secure quite yet. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 24. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Play action on first down. Looking to his fullback now. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On the handoff, Allen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Pass play now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That one gains 7. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Up the middle, here goes Allen. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run And a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun handoff for Allen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
1st and 10, looking to throw. He's got it! And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Has it in close. And in, touchdown, New York! No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets grow their lead to 8. On now is York to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That throw finds Johnston. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. All set up now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Into the hands of Likely. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Completed to Davis. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Chargers, 8 points behind. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Slot receiver headed left. To throw again, it's Burrow. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
To throw. Stays in the pocket. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Desperation time here on 4th. Had to force it on 4th, and it's intercepted. And the Jets make the play that should win them this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
The Jets have their offense ready to go again. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Right back to Allen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Third and just 2 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. He'll look to throw it. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. This will be a nice win for the Jets, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the win goes to the Jets. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.